Hello! Today we will up your game with some beginner tips and tricks. First up is the mighty torch. As a new player, you may be thinking that it's used for seeing at night, but in reality, this is one of the best early PvP weapons in the game. The torch ignores armor and burns the player over time. If you can land a bola, you can circle a player, smacking them with a torch, quickly dispatching them and taking their loot. If you do not have bolas or cannot land one, it can be a bit trickier to kill a player with a torch, especially if they can run faster than you. Another great trick with a torch is Troodons are afraid of fire, so use the torch to fight them back and keep them at bay. Ah, the revenge feels so good. That brings us to our next tip. If you want to stay hidden, do not use fire, such as campfires, forges, and torches at night. Instead, hit the tab button, bringing up the command menu and type in Gamma, using numbers 1 through 10, depending on how bright you want the game. I believe around 2 Gamma is default. Another cool trick with the game is, once you have found the amount you like, such as 2 for day and 4 for night, you can go into settings, go to keyboard bindings, and set up right shift and control to the gamma you like, allowing you to swap on the fly. Speaking of keyboard binds, if you join a tribe, they will most likely want you to remove the J whistle, as this messes up dino organization and can lead to raid dinos dying needlessly. To unbind the J whistle, simply find a bind, like backspace, then click the J, hit backspace to set it at whistle, and then go back to where backspace was, which is toggle HUD. Click backspace to rebind it, and now J whistle is unassigned. If you need a whistle all, just hold down the whistle button to bring up a radio menu. As a new player, you may be watching videos and hearing make narcotics, make spark powder, and so on. But if you don't know where to learn these, most items in Ark that are craftable are going to be found in your Ingrams. This is another reason it's important to hit level 100 as fast as possible so you can access all the Ingrams needed. Now when you look at an Ingram, it will show you what resources are required to make the item and which crafting table is needed, such as mortar and pestle, fabricator, smithy, and so on. There are certain items that won't be in Ingrams that you can craft. Most of these will be made in the cooking pot and industrial cooker. Any item that can be made in a cooking pot can be made faster in an industrial cooker. Dododex should have a list of soups and brews you can make in the cooking pot. On top of things like med brew, which require tinto berries, narcotics, and water, you have custom recipes. Make a custom recipe, put a blank note in a cooking pot, then add the ingredients wanted, such as meat, berries, veggies, kibble, element, and so on. Then click craft recipe. This will produce a recipe blueprint that you can put into a cooking pot or any cooker with ingredients, and it will produce the recipe. To make the recipes as good as possible, with as few ingredients as possible, you will need a level crafting. Without crafting, to make good recipes, you will need a lot of ingredients. Which brings us to our next tip. Have a crafting character, you can get a second Steam, or you can upload your current survivor and then load a map and hit create new character, allowing you to level up a new character. Be careful using one account with multiple characters. If you download a character to a map with the existing character, you will overwrite the existing character, essentially deleting it. You can quickly level up by hitting experience notes. I have a beginner's guide linked above that shows you how to hit level 70 in your first 30 minutes or so with notes. This is a great way to get a quick crafter for making recipes and better blueprints. Speaking of which, you may have found blueprints in loot drops or cave drops. These allow you to craft better versions of items. By leveling crafting, the item the blueprint produces is even better. Crafting levels also allows you to craft faster. Once learned, Ingrams such as narcotics and cementing paste can be made in a mortar and pestle. Once you have a chemistry bench, the amount you get per craft is increased. Chem benches require gas and to be attached to a generator. Narcotics require narco berries and spoiled meat to make. Getting back to settings, there are 2 things you may want to disable. One is called default survivor items. As you unlock achievements, you will gain skins which will be in your inventory every time you respawn. This can get annoying real fast and slow you down in PvP. Disabling give default survivor items will stop skins from spawning in your inventory on respawn. Then there are the menu transitions. This governs the menu confirmations such as, are you sure you want to drop all? Disabling menu transitions will speed up inventory management and allow for quicker interactions during combat. Next up, we have the Netgun. This bad boy can take down mini dinos and is great for taming. You can simply net the dino you want, assuming they are nettable, and then build a trap around the dino so you can tame it. It is also great in PvP for dismounting players, allowing you to bola them and kill them with a torch. The Netgun is super great at early all the way to advanced PvP and should be a part of your PvP kit. Currently, max level is soft capped at level 106. The only way to go beyond level 106 is to ascend and use Dino Chibis. Certain boss fights are considered ascension, and even as a beginner, you can do some of these. The Island Volcano boss fight is one. Then there is the Aberration boss fight. Next up is the Gen 1 and 2 boss fights. If you can find all of the Gen 2 Explorer notes, you can also increase your level cap by 10. Each boss fight has 3 difficulties: Gamma, the easiest, Beta, and then the hardest, Alpha. Alpha grants everything from Beta and Gamma, plus the Alpha reward. Each ascension is worth 5 levels per difficulty, so Gamma is 5, Beta is 5, and Alpha is 5, or 15 total. Then there are Chibis. You can level a Chibi up from level 1 to 6, gaining it 5 levels. Doing this will allow you 5 more levels as well. To level a Chibi, you need to have it equipped and kill Alpha Dinos. Chibi levels do not stack, so you cannot take a Rex Chibi, level it 2 times, and then take a Noggin Chibi and level it 2 times to gain 4 levels. You only get credit for the first Rex Chibi levels. That said, if you lose a leveled up Chibi that had gained 2 levels, you can level a new Chibi up, and once you get past the first 2 levels, the next levels will count. Be careful to keep your Chibis safe. The extra levels can be confusing, so when you ascend or gain Chibi levels, you are increasing your level cap but not actually gaining the levels. You must earn the XP for the levels to actually level up. When starting out on PvP servers, you may want to build a base. Bases are not a great idea as they are easy targets. You are better off uploading your items or creating hidden caches. To craft, you can just build open bases with crafting tables and just pull everything you want when not in use. If you must have a base, try and build small and somewhere hidden. Look for crevices, super thick jungle areas, anywhere out of the way. A few tricks you can use: as long as you do not go more than 2 foundations and 2 walls high, your base should not despawn the vegetation around it. Once a base is too big, the vegetation around it dies, revealing it. Dinosaurs, players, and turrets are all detectable and can reveal your base. If you're trying to stay hidden, make sure to upload your dinos and your character, or at the very least, kill your character. Never log off alive anywhere, as you can become a prisoner, and also a parasaur can detect you, revealing your base. Players that are scouting are looking for common shapes, and using tech helmet and parasaurs to find bases. They are usually in a hurry and will not investigate too closely if nothing sets off their gear. One way to avoid detection is to paint your base to blend in with the surrounding area. Google Art Paint to find out what berries to combine to make certain colors. You can then apply them to a paintbrush or spray painter and paint your base. Metal bases are easier to spot than stone bases, so choose wisely. If you didn't know, beds and sleeping bags can be used to respawn at when you die or transfer to a server you have a bed on, allowing you to bring resources from one map straight into your base. Now for a great trick. To speed up tames that require berries before you have Kibble, you can stem berry tame them. Now this will result in 0 levels being gained from taming them, but the dino will tame twice as fast. To do this, you will need a lot of stem berries and keep putting stem berries on. Only keep stem berries in the dino inventory. You will notice its food level continues to drop as it eats them, and its taming goes up. Now, once their food has dropped a little bit, you can put miho berries on them until the food fills, then remove the miho berry. Or you can use Dododex to see how long they should take to tame. So if it's 1 hour, then keep stem berries in their inventory, and at 30 minutes, put miho berries in their inventory to complete the tame. 2 hours would be 1 hour, and so on. At any time you feel the stem berries will run out, put miho berries on the tame to keep it from losing taming percentage, while you gather more stem berries. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. Have an awesome day.